Good morning. This is Dan Larson, and this is today's Quiet Echo. I want to start this morning with a man who came to see me last week. I am going to keep his name to myself the way I keep most things to myself, but I can tell you he is in his 70s, and he came into my office carrying a cardboard box on his lap. Inside were letters, a few photographs gone soft at the corners, and a yellow legal pad covered in his own slow handwriting, the letters falling away at the ends of the words, the way a hand goes after 70. He is writing his personal history for his grandchildren, and he had a question for me, and it was not the one I expected him to ask. He looked at me and he said, "Could the computer write this for me?" He had gone home and tried one of the new programs. He fed it a few plain facts: where he was born, the names of his mother and father, the year he came home from the service, and the screen handed him back 3 clean paragraphs. And he told me, almost ashamed, they were better than his. His own sentences came out crooked. The machines came out straight. Now, I had a speech on my mind all week. Some of you will have read about it. In Athens, Greece, in the shadow of the Acropolis, Elder Jarrett W. Gong, of the Quorum of the 12 Apostles, stood up in front of a room full of faith leaders and engineers and talked about artificial intelligence. And a day before him in Rome, Pope Leo XIV had said very nearly the same thing. 2 of the oldest traditions in the world agreeing inside a single day about the newest tool in it. Elder Gong did not stand up and tell the room to be afraid of the tool. He called it a gift of possibility. And then he said a line I have been carrying around ever since. He said, "We will not reach our full human potential until we, and not any technology, take responsibility to chart our best future." I want you to sit with the back half of it for a moment. We and not any technology. The compass does not come from the machine. It comes from us. It can only come from us. He brought research with him as well. And here is the part I keep coming back to. When you put a hard question to people, a real one, about right and wrong, most of them expect a religious answer to be somewhere in the room. But nearly every one of these new systems leaves religion out of it completely. And the people who built them did not set out to erase anybody's faith. They simply did not think to put it in. And a tool built without a soul will hand you back a world without one. And it will do it in clean, straight sentences. And here is the thing about a clean, straight sentence. It can be completely empty and still look finished. I sat there with this man and his box between us, and the plain truth is, the machine's paragraphs were straighter than his. He was right about the prose. He was just wrong about what his grandchildren are going to need from him. Here is what I told him. I told him our scriptures are personal histories. Think about David for a moment. David wrote his own life down by hand. His fear, his guilt, the nights he could not sleep, and he never once cleaned it up to make himself look better. "What time I am afraid," he wrote, "I will trust in thee." He does not hide the fear to look braver than he was. He writes it true. And 3,000 years later, you and I are still reading him, not because the words are tidy, but because they are his. No one else could bear his witness. No one else was there. And the man pushed back on me. He said his hand shakes now. The words come out wrong. There are mornings the blank page beats him before he has even begun. The program never gets tired. The program never spells a word wrong. So why not let it carry the load? And I understood the question. It is the same one I ask myself before a talk I do not feel ready to give. Every one of us would rather hand the hard part to something else. The wanting is human. The handing it off is the mistake. But here is where I landed. The machine can carry the spelling. It cannot carry the fear. When you write the words "I was afraid," the program can make the sentence around them prettier. What it cannot do is be the one who was afraid. It was not there. It has never been anywhere. A personal history is not a list of facts and dates. It is a person saying in his own hand, "This happened to me, and here is what it meant." Those grandchildren are not going to read it for the writing. They are going to read it to hear him. The crooked sentences, the things he chose to keep, and the things he let go. The witness only he can give. Because a day is coming, and he knows it, and I know it, when the box is all they have left of him. And on the day it comes, the straight paragraphs out of the machine will be worth nothing at all. And the crooked ones, the ones in his own hand, will be worth everything. I have sat with a lot of boxes like his in a lot of living rooms after the person is gone. The family does not pull them out to admire the sentences. They pull them out to hear a voice they are afraid of forgetting. I gave him back his legal pad, and I asked him to go home and write the next line himself. Write it crooked, write it true. This is Dan Larson, your host for today's Quiet Echo. Thanks for listening. Cedar Valley News has a Facebook group, and if you have something you want to say back, you are welcome to join the conversation. If you are keeping a record of your own for the ones who come after you by hand, by machine, or not yet at all, I would like to hear how you decide what to keep. I will put the link in the show notes. Quiet Echo is part of the fictional Cedar Valley News series, written by Evan Swenson, publisher, and Claude Marshall, AI developmental editor. While the people and town of Cedar Valley are fictional, Elder Jarrett W. Gong, the Athens Summit on AI Ethics, Pope Leo XIV, and the Consortium for Evaluation of Faith and Ethics in AI are real.
You've been listening to the Cedar Valley News Podcast, where small-town voices meet the headlines shaping our world. From faith and family to front porches and fields. We'll be back with more stories connecting real lives to real events. Until next time, keep your porch light on, your faith strong, and your heart open. This is Cedar Valley News.